All he did was buy Skittles, iced tea, went on his way home to meet his father or go to his father's house, and a neighborhood watch member, aka George Zimmerman, was afraid because he saw a kid walking with a hood and it was a threat to him. Let me rephrase that. He bought Skittles, he bought iced tea, he walked to a neighborhood, and because he was black and had a hoodie, he was executed. That's right, I said executed by George Zimmerman. Now the only statement surrounding the incident is the one made by police saying that they believe that neighborhood watch member George Zimmerman's self-defense story where he admits to trailing Martin when he spotted him in the neighborhood, approaching him, getting assaulted by him, and then shooting him to protect his own life. Martin was unarmed. He had no weapon. He had no gun. Now, if you folks listen to the telephone conversation, in one point during that conversation, under his breath, he says a racial slur. Now, the media might say something like this. It sounds like a racial slur, but it's not clear. Maybe he said something that sounded like a racial slur. Well, you know what, people? He did make a racial slur, and he did say it. He said, fucking goons. That's what he said, and you can hear it clear on the tape. Now, when he was on the phone with the dispatcher asked him, are you following him? He said, yes. The dispatcher told him, do not follow him, let the police handle it. But no, George Zimmerman wanted to be the man. He had a gun, so he confronted Trayvon and shot him. I do not believe that self-defense story, because if I had a gun, why would I shoot an armed person? Unarmed. Why? Now today, there was a witness that just emerged out of nowhere. After a couple of weeks, this witness came out saying that he witnessed everything, and he said that Trayvon was the one that attacked Zimmerman. Well, you know what? There's always two sides of the story, and sometimes a story could be incomplete. That's why they say that this guy, George Zimmerman, had blood on his face and he had dirt on his back because Trayvon was on top of him, beating the shit out of him. Well, you know, that may be the case, but what he didn't mention was, did he see this as he came out of wherever he was? You know, when he came out from wherever he was, did he see Trayvon on top of this guy? Or did he see the whole picture? For example, you're following me, I'm afraid for my life, you're afraid, or a little paranoid, even though you have a gun. Then when you confronted me, I saw when you pull out the gun and I was afraid and I attacked you in order to defend myself. People don't see it that way. How about if Trayvon was defending himself, thinking that this guy was gonna jump him and mug him? Now, the issue arises, and the question is, did he do this because the kid was black? How about if the person would have been a white person? Would he have trailed him? Would he have called the cops and tell them there's a suspicious person around my neighborhood? Now, what was Trayvon Martin doing? Was he breaking into people's house? Was he looking into cars' windows? No. This kid went to the store, bought what he bought, was going on his way to his father's house when this asshole, George Zimmerman, was paranoid because he saw somebody in his neighborhood that was acting suspicious. Now, what the fuck is acting suspicious when you're walking home and you're on a cell phone talking to your girlfriend, telling her, hey, I think I'm being followed. And his girlfriend responds and says, well, you know what? Run. He says, I'm not gonna run. I'm gonna walk slowly. And that's what he did. He walked slowly. Maybe a little faster. But Zimmerman, he feared. He wanted to be a hero. He wanted to make a name for himself. Because he wanted to be a law enforcement, maybe a police officer, a detective, an FBI agent. And the only way to accomplish this was maybe if he will commit an act that will see him as a hero. I saved the neighborhood from someone who looked threatening even though he was unarmed. That's inexcusable. This man is still walking the streets. He's still free. He should be charged with murder and premeditated because he knew what he was doing when he was following him after he was told not to follow him. So this is all bullshit. He killed an innocent kid for no reason at all. No reason. Man, if I have a gun and I see somebody suspicious, you think I'm gonna confront that person? I just call the cops and let them know, listen, man, there's a guy acting crazy, on the watchman. I want you to take care of it. Why would I confront him? Because I know I have a gun, that's why. But I'm pretty sure, if Zimmerman did not have a gun, he would not have followed him and he would not have confronted him, would he? No. That's what you call pussy. But he became a man because he had a gun. Wow. You know what? I hope he gets arrested. And he better get arrested soon. Because if not, oh hell is gonna break loose. And we'll see that on television. The murder of Trayvon Martin was an execution in cold blood. I don't give a fuck what the media says. I don't give a fuck what George Zimmerman says. It was cold-blooded murder and this guy should be behind bars. I'm out, bitches.